Super exciting. Now, hopefully I can remember to change my scenes all the time. Let's see, here we have our draft screen. All right. So we have Modo Miracle on the left. Ghost Clones is going to be on the right. I'll have that up once it's in the regular game, but keep it out right now. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Tomb of the Spider Queen is the Ghost Clones map. It is their favorite map. They've played it an awful lot this season. So they're always pretty excited to be here. So we're quite excited to see them. And we get fast bans, the Lucio ban and the Genji ban coming right out. Hanzo being picked up. They are just wasting no time. They came well prepared for this draft. Modo Miracle is liking the Hanzo. He's still really strong on this map. Ghost Clones I don't think will be too sad without the Lucio. They've got a pretty nice roundabout group of healers that they can play, so that's good. So I don't think they'll be too down about it. So now they're thinking about banning, about picking who they're gonna pick. They're looking at a Hanzo. They have to kind of decide, do they want to start with their damage dealers, their tanks, their healers? Each team kind of has their own style. The Ghost Clones tends to play Chromie on this map. They're going to start with the ETC and the Greymane. Always a solid start. ETC has a great win rate in HGC, has a great win rate in NGS, obviously, so it's a good time. Hanzo can stand pretty far back and poke. He does a lot of damage both to minions as well as he can really shred tanks. Do y'all hear the thumping coming from upstairs? I think my son is doing jumping jacks above my head. All right. So yeah, he can definitely really shred the armor there. So that's an interesting thing. Let's think. Lucio is out. They may want to look at Alex Straza is always really good on this map. I don't know if they're going to want a healer right away though, or if they might go for a tank. Arthas to kind of slow that Greymane down. Sonya for the solo lane. They're going to grab Rhaegar and Arthas. Yeah, that makes sense to me. You get slows, you get a slowing totem. If that Greymane goes in too deep, he will just get deleted back there in the back line. So that's a good way to counteract that. Let's see. Excuse me. Goes well into the ETC. Well. Oh, they're going to ban that Chromie. Really? And that's the Ghost Clones banning it. They don't want them to have the Chromie either. So that means they are not going to be looking at a Chromie game. That's interesting. They could be looking at getting the Sonya for themselves if they want that lane clear to kind of try to counteract that Arthas a little bit. That wouldn't be a bad plan. They may be interested in something like a Malfurion or Tychus for heals. Or they're going to ban out the Malfurion, or at least Modo Miracle is thinking about it. They don't want to deal with roots around. You know, a root can be a good setup for ETC's Mosh, or a good setup out of ETC's Mosh. He moshes, you root anyone who's not dead so they can't quite get away. That kind of stuff. That is interesting. I'm really surprised by Ghost Clones banning the Chromie, since they have definitely played her on this map a couple of times with good success. I wonder if they'll go for something like a Ming or a Gul'dan. Lots of shadowy damage they can shoot out. Fears to run the Arthas or to get the Hanzo away from them. Although Hanzo's pretty far away, so I don't know that a fear would really necessarily reach him. Where are they going with this draft? They could also look at something. They need a solo laner. I wouldn't be surprised to see them pull out a Sonya here for their solo lane. Could we see a Blaze? ETC Blaze? I don't think so. There's the medic. So they want to go ahead and get that healer out of the way. And Jaina! I do love a good Jaina game. So they're going to have their own slows. Slows, high burst damage between the Greymane and the Jaina. It's a lot of high burst damage. If they do get walked into. Though neither team really has a... They're kind of like an outpoke team. And I'm afraid Hanzo has the longer reach as far as that goes. So that is interesting. Kel'Thuzad and Tyrael. Oh, hype for the Tyrael games. I do love Tyrael. He is super fun. That's very exciting. I wonder if Cold Cake is going to play the Greymane or the Jaina. I've seen her do mages, but I know she's played some Greymane. Mostly I know that because she was on Kayla's coaching and it was supposed to be a Greymane game, but there was a mix-up there. So I know she's been working on the Greymane game. I still don't feel like... I mean, Greymane can be a solo laner, so they could do that, but I feel like Greymane as the solo laner is a little bit... not ideal. Malthael. Well, they've got the Rhaegar, they've got Arthas, they got Tyrael. That's not a bad plan. It's kind of a bruiser. Really good at lane clear. Definitely good at the solo lane. So that's going to probably be their matchup against the Arthas. I like it. This is going to be fun. Are you excited? I'm excited. All right. Let's get this game started, friends. We've got Modo Miracle versus the Ghost Clones on Tomb of the Spider Queen. This is the best of two, so there will be 2 games. The next map we are going to is Infernal Shrines, a very popular map in NGS. That is the map that Modo Miracle picked, so that should be fun. The map bans, if you are curious, the bans were Cursed Hollow and Towers of Doom. Those are the maps that were banned. So that's where they didn't want to go. All right, here we are on Tomb of the Spider Queen. We've got Modo Miracle. We've got Hanzo is going to be played by Murad. Rhaegar is going to be played by Kriv. Tyrael is going to be played by Fonzie GG. Kel'Thuzad by the Juggler. And Ghost Dunk will be on that Arthas. And then, on the red team, we have Cold Cake is on the Greymane, Demarca on the Jaina, Ginger on ETC, Drow Hunter on Lieutenant Morales, and Jake Bot on the Malthael. Looks like we are going to have our party in the mid, as is so very popular with our teams. And teams everywhere. They like to just kind of feel each other out, throw out some arrows and some bombs, see where people are, Tyrael's sword. Hanzo areas, just see if they can, you know, find each other. Start clearing some waves, drop a blizzard. Nice root onto Ginger there. So quest-wise, Hanzo went simple geometry, trying to go with scatter arrows. Kel'Thuzad is, of course, going to be doing the barbed chains. Jaina's looking to get her stack. She'll get 10% damage once she gets her globes done. So Ghost Clones is definitely working this 4-4 strat going really well here. Modo Miracle is a little slower on their rotations. They're doing more of a 3-in-1 with their 3 rotating, but kind of leaving one in the top a little bit more. Hanzo's coming down to the bottom lane onto this Malthael. See if they can maybe get it. But the root misses, so Jakebot's just going to be able to get right back out of there. No danger. Rhaegar's a little cheeky, up a little far, so Demarkin's going to go get a little damage on him. Sword's going to get thrown in, but there's no opportunity for a gank. Jaina's team is just right there with her, so... Right now, it's just a lot of picking up gems, running around. Man, that Kel'Thuzad is so frustrating when he can land those chains and smack you together like that. Modo Miracle is going to go ahead and start on this camp. They want to get that pressure out early. Camps now spawn at 1 minute, basically across the board. So trying to get some of that early pressure can really help give you an advantage. It does mean that they are a little slower in lanes, though, which is giving the Ghost Clones a little bit of an early XP advantage. Not too much, though. Not enough to even really matter. Droughthunter a little far out there on that medic, but he's able to scoot back away before anybody can come in. It looks like Modo Miracle was thinking about trying to gank. They've got this camp here. They want to push in just a little bit with it. Try to get some extra damage. It's definitely helping them get, you know, a little bit ahead on XP. Jaina's kind of up there alone. Hanzo's going to come up. There's not really going to be any danger there. Camp is already cleared up and it's all fine. That root did land on the Malthael. Rhaegar's coming down to take a bite out of Jakebot. Kel'Thuzad is also coming down. He's going to land that. Jakebot is able to get away. Clones is able to come down here and get on. Juggler's in a lot of trouble. He's going to go down. That reverse gank. Nice response. Nice response by the Ghost Clones to Modo Miracle's rotations there. Really quick communication. So first blood is on the Kel'Thuzad. All right, and now we're just kind of back to our rotations. We're going to go ahead and Ghost Clones is going to get the camp bot. Fonzie GG's getting a nice turn in there. Both teams do have enough for spiders. It's really just a matter of who will get turned in first. Looks like Modo Miracle is definitely working on getting that turned in. Oh, Jaina got rounded up on and I totally missed it. Sorry, guys. Her team is responding, but they're not going to have any kills to come back on, so. Meanwhile, Modo Miracle is getting pretty close to this turn-in. Not really getting contested on while doing it, so they're only a few gems away. Malthael is going to be pushed up pretty far, but he's safe. They're going to see if they can get Ghost Dunk off. They do. Cold Cake is working on a turn in. It looks actually like the Ghost Clones is going to manage to get the first turn in. Nice. Now Hanzo's still up in this top lane here. He's got it pushed pretty far. Top lane is kind of the lane that you really like the best in Tomb of the Spider Queen, and it's because that boss is up there. So if you can get your top lane opened up, you can really open up a nice win condition later in the game by taking the boss and pushing a keep down. Especially after the changes to minions, spiders have a lot more value than they once did. They hit harder, the minions all hit harder, and you can get a lot of advantage by getting these forts down. They go down a lot faster, it feels like, these days. Up in the top, they're staying pretty far apart. Those cocktails are hitting for a fair bit of damage. Kel'Thuzad lands a nice root there, but Medic can heal them up pretty nicely. They've got the whole top wall down here. That gives them a nice boost. 10 is rapidly approaching for the Ghost Clones. They've also got the mid wall down, and Malthael's going to get this fort down bot, so that's going to get them even closer to 10. They may well be able to get this mid fort as well. It looks like they are going to go for that. That mid fort will get them 10. So it looks like we do have the Ring of Frost Stim Drone, Tormented Souls, did take the Mosh Pit. We're just waiting to see what Greymane is going to do. Is he feeling Cursed Bullet? Go for the Throat. Malfield's going to go ahead and get their camp. Actually, both teams are working on their camps. Modo Miracle is pretty close to a turn-in. They're also pretty close to 10. My guess is they want to get 10 before they get to that turn-in so that they can have a good solid fight and push with them, be on an even talent tier. They're just playing a little bit safe right now. I feel like they're kind of waiting on that camp. They want to wait until they're 10. Probably grab the camp, use it to distract while they go turn in. There we go. 10 is picked up. It was go for the throat for that Greymane. Ray's in a lot of trouble. Rhaegar, I don't think he's going to make it out of this. No, he is not. It's a fair number of gems lost out. Modo Miracle. Nope, they're not going to get flanked. They are able to get back. It's a nice face smash there. Merv was trying to get turned in, and he unfortunately was not able to get turned in. They still have plenty of gems on Modo Miracle's side. 45, actually, that they're holding on to, but I'm sure that was a frustrating loss. Ghost Clones cleaned up Modo Miracle's camp really, really fast once it came out. Modo Miracle is still working on the camp the Ghost Clones had out. Meanwhile, Ghost Clones they have another turn-in. They are working on it. Modo Miracle is coming in, trying to stop them. They want to get their own turn-in. Arthas is just trying to turn in. They're trying to zone for them. It's really hard to get a turn-in, though, when you've got cocktails and grenades. Ginger's going in, gets a mosh onto 2 members. Was interrupted. Root goes out. Jakebot's taking a lot of damage, but he has popped his thing. Stim Drone is on Cold Cake. They are chasing, but Modo Miracle just walks away. They're like, you know what? We don't want to deal with that. Oh, and we have a pause. Uh-oh. Rhaegar has left the game. Rhaegar has left the game. I would explain why they felt like they couldn't take that fight. Cold Cake says, for once it's not me. Cold Cake, I think, actually just DC'd during one of our games that we played as well. That's always frustrating when that happens. So, Altwise, Ring was not used there. Arthas still has Army of the Dead. Rhaegar still has his Ancestral Heal. All the other ults, though, kind of went out, but nobody died. There was no real damage. They kind of hit R and then walked away. It does look like there is a really good chance that this will be the Ghost Clones turn-in again. 2 turn-ins back-to-back would be definitely a nice bonus for them. Kind of help them continue their level advantage lead. One thing that's interesting is, and that I think that kind of with these teams is I'm a little curious about the Tyrael pick. I feel like Tyrael is someone who you use to kind of dive in, get on the back line, and he has Rhaegar who can kind of go in with him, but I feel like when you've got an ETC and a Jaina, like having a Rhaegar isn't terribly helpful. Okay, let's see. It looks like they're back, just to go in with you. And I'm wondering, you've kind of got 2 teams. Neither one of them are terribly dive heavy. I don't know. It's interesting to see how they play this. Looks like we are just about ready to get started up again, so we're going to be going back. Okay. And here we go. So Ghost Clones is working on getting a turn-in. Looks like Modo Miracle is going to try to come back in. They do not want to have to deal with the second one. Cold Cake is in a lot of damage in the back, and he is going to fall. Nice, that Tyrael was able to get back on him. Rhaegar and Arthas both went in and zoned him out from his team, those slows. Ginger is coming in, though. Not ready for them to get that turn-in yet. Those roots did land, but the ult missed. Ginger's going to have to back out. The ring hits 3 members. A lot of damage going down on Tyrael, but he is able to walk away. Rhaegar's Ancestral Heal goes off. Army of the Dead has still not been popped by Ghost Dunk. Lots of poking going on. Ginger's coming back in. He's taking a lot of damage. A lot of damage. He's going to fall. Nice ult there from the juggler. Ghost Dunk is trying really hard to get those 30 gems turned in, or at least enough. And Modo Miracle does get that turn in. That was fun. So those were some really nice chains and stuns and shadow fissures. Really, really well done there. So 13 is approaching for the Ghost Clones, but Modo Miracle is not far behind. Bot Wetweaver is pushed way back. That bottom lane is just so long. It's like Arthas is going to go try to push it forward while the rest of the team fights up here over the top lane, but that Webweaver is falling really fast. They're not going to get anything done with it, so they're going to head to the mid lane. Fortunately, there's still kind of a 5v4 because Arthas is working on it, but he's coming up now. That Webweaver is also falling really fast, though. The Ghost Clones are just able to clear him up. They don't get much done at all. That ult, though, is really good. Ginger's in a lot of damage once again. The root does land. Malthael is having to pop his ult just to get out. That is not how you want to use that in general. Ghost Clones is going to head bot. Meanwhile, Modo Miracle is going to go top. They want to see if they can take that fort. Ghost Clones is going to circle behind them. Modo Miracle is heading for the boss. Are they going to make a boss play here? No, they're going to bait it. They're going to think about it. I'm not sure what they want to do. They do have Hanzo, who can absolutely shred bosses, but they're not ready to take that. They also have 70 gems on them. Red is just going to use this opportunity, though, to turn in. Grab their own web weavers. Unfortunately, Modo Miracle was just not able to get much to happen off of those web weavers. They were cleaned up so fast between Malthael and Jaina's Blizzards. Modo Miracle is kind of posturing up here around their top fort. They really don't want to lose this. Hanzo does have the ability to tear through these spiders fairly quickly. Ghost Clones is really interested in taking this fort down. Also, by keeping them distracted here, it lets their other web weavers start to get some keep damage, perhaps. Their lanes are pushed out pretty far. Modo Miracle's playing kind of passively into this. Their fort's definitely going to fall. They don't want to charge in there. They know that Mosh Pit is back up. And Ghost Clones is just kind of letting them... They are going to go in now. Nope, nope, they're going to back off. Teams were separated, but they let them back away. This keep wall is going to be gone. They're also taking damage on that bottom keep wall. Modo Miracle's just going to see if they can clean up. Nice root that landed there. Arrow goes out, but there's no follow-up. I'm not really sure why he used Dragon's Arrow there exactly. Meanwhile, Ghost Clones is going to rotate up. They're going to think about boss, but they're not quite 16 yet, and all of Modo Miracle is up. I don't think they're going to go for this boss yet, and they are not. They're going to head down to their camp. They do not have enough for a turn-in, so they're going to go back to kind of laning, picking up some camps. Modo Miracle is going to check on that boss just in case, and they're going to start it. Modo Miracle has decided that they see that Ghost Clones is not there. They're probably speculating Ghost Clones went to their camp as well, so they're going to start this boss. Ghost Clones is suspicious. They're coming in. Arthas is zoning, but boss is already taken. It's gone. Blue gets it. That was gutsy. That was fun. Blue's going to use this opportunity to turn in again. They're going to get a free turn in following this. They've got 97 gems, so they definitely want to get this turn in. Ghost Clones is going to clean up this boss, but then they've got spiders coming right behind it. They do have a camp pushing mid. They are still pretty well pushed out on the bottom 2 lanes. But this definitely could even out at least the top fort. It also denies Ghost Clones that boss. Ginger's stunned. That root lands and he is gone. Greymane goes in, gets some damage on Kriv, but he can't do anything. Medic Stim Drone is popped onto Cold Quake, but the other team just kind of backed away, so they're going to work on clearing up this boss. They are, however, oh, that root! Medic is in a lot of trouble there. Medic is going to fall. Demarkin is in a fair bit of trouble. That ring does land, but Invulnerable is popped. That Sanctification meant that that ring basically did nothing. 3 members of the Ghost Clones are down. Modo Miracle is going to push in on this keep. That was a really good team fight. Their Kel'Thuzad is getting some work done. Ginger is back up, so is Cold Cake. Hanzo's able to just jump away. Kriv is in a fair bit of trouble again, but they're just going to walk away now. Bot fort is gone. Mid fort is just starting to take damage. Keep lost a fair bit. They got a lot of value off of these. They are now ahead in XP. And that bot Web Weaver is going to fall. He's not really going to get anything done. But lanes are no longer pushed in Ghost Clone's favors. I really would like to see Hanzo being punished more for his positioning. He has been pushed up an awful lot, and I feel like Ghost Clones either isn't realizing it, or I don't know why they don't, stun. Maybe they're concerned about the Kel'Thuzad, which has been doing a really good job of stunning them in his circles of doom. But I feel like Hanzo has really gotten off easy a lot this game. Ghost Clone still doesn't have enough for a turn-in, but neither does Modo Miracle at this point. Modo Miracle is working on getting their camp. Ghost Clones is going to turn in the gems that they do have, at least some of them. They are close, only about 15 away from another turn-in. Ghost Clones is just going to clean up this camp that Modo Miracle dropped. Oh. Ginger's going to have to just back right out of that. That cooldown on that is just so short. Like, it can just hit it all the time. And then at 20, if he takes that upgrade, he gets on Shadow Fissure, he can hit it even more. Here we got a fight. Oh, Tyrael is going to be away, but that is going to break that Cold Cake. Ginger is super low too. That Kel'Thuzad is just doing some damage. Between the Kel'Thuzad and the Hanzo, they are just really, really getting some good damage in. Blue Web Weavers are coming out, so we're going to see another fight. 20 is approaching for Modo Miracle. I feel almost like he's just using it for wave clear half the time. Ghost Clone's kind of posturing up at their keep here, as is Modo Miracle. They want to take this top lane if they can, or at least keep them distracted while the middle one, the middle Web Weaver, works on that keep. Ghost Clones is going to clean this top one up pretty fast, so they are just going to rotate down to the middle, start putting some pressure here. They really want to hit 20. Stim Drone goes out onto Cold Cake. Greymane has all the attack damage. Modo Miracle's going to back away. They're like, you know what? We don't want to deal with a Greymane that has a Stim Drone. That doesn't sound like a fun day. So they head down. They're going to baby this bottom Web Weaver, which has taken a ton of damage from minions already, and it's only got about a quarter health. There's not a lot they're going to get done with it. Meanwhile, Ghost Clones is just going to keep trying to get some gems so they can have a turn-in soon. They aren't very far away, but they are a level and a half down. 20 is here for Modo Miracle. They are marching up with what's left of this wave, deciding if they want to pick a fight. Maybe they want to go on this camp. They do have that level 20 advantage. Boss is back up as well. Modo Miracle's just being kind of passive, thinking about what they want to do. Waiting maybe for an opportunity. That is an excellent opportunity. Drow gets caught out by that chain. His ult just gets right on it. Fonz goes in. Roots all miss though. So it is a 4v5 at the keep. Ghost Clones is still down a talent tier. Modo Miracle's going to back off. They're just going to... Nope, they're not even going to take the camp. They're going to just walk away. They might be going for boss here. They don't have a turn-in. I'm going to imagine they're going to go for that boss play. Yeah. Ghost Clones is going to go ahead and take their camp. They don't really want to contest this boss. They know they still have a pretty healthy keep up top. Yes, I will work on that. Sorry, great, Harry. So there is a siege camp going mid, but there is a bot coming to this boss coming to this top camp here. Red Well Beavers are coming, but at this point I almost feel like that's just to keep their lanes from being pushed too far out. Boss is on this keep. Spider up top is already cleared up. Fonzie's taking a little bit of damage. Actually, Ancestral is used really early right there. That keep is going to fall. Boss is still pretty healthy. Little Miracle is still playing really far back, though. They don't really want to go in on this, it looks like. Tyrell's coming in a little bit. Taking a fair bit of hits from that mouthfeel, but they're just going to walk away, maybe go clear up those spiders after all. They got their keep. They're pretty happy with that. 20 is just about here for Ghost Clones. Oh. They did get a keep top with those spiders and that camp. So that actually opens up really nicely for Ghost Clones. And Ghost Clones is feeling a little aggressive. They're going to head down to where their spiders are. They're going to think about what they want to do. Malfield is still mid. I don't think they're going to try to get a fight here unless a pick looks good. Nah, they're just going to walk away. Those Hanzo arrows have spotted them out. They're not going to walk too far away, though. They want to consider fighting. Nope. Nope. They're going to back off a little bit. They're going to go ahead and get that bot camp. They want to get that bottom keep opened up as well if they can. They do have catapults heading for their core. They're going to have to send someone back to deal with that soon. Dana needs to back on out of there, and she will. Now, Modo Miracle's... Yeah, there we go. Ghost Clones is going to back on up. I was going to say, Modo Miracle must be able to see that they are separated right now. They could see that. But they just back on up, so they're safe. Modo Miracle is working on getting another turn in. Ghost Clones is nowhere close to having enough gems. Clones are suspecting they're there. Those Hanzo arrows are just spotting them out anywhere they try to go. They just cannot get through. It's got to be super frustrating. Ginger's there looking to see if there's anywhere he can go in. They have all of their ults up. They can land a good fight. They do have a lane that's wide open. Turn in is happening. They are chasing him off, but didn't get the fight they wanted. Cold Cake is going to go ahead and turn in here, but they are nowhere close to a turn in. Modo Miracle only needs 5 more gems, and then they can have spiders again. Malfield's going to head back and clear those catapults off the core. I feel like that is not the best place for Cold Cake to be. His friends did come along, so he's not in too much trouble, but Miracle's definitely looking to get in an argument. They're going to go ahead and take their camp here. See if they can get a little bit of pressure back on these lanes. Lanes are just so pushed in towards them, the exact opposite of what they've been kind of all game. Malthael's trying really hard to get this top lane pushed out a bit, buy them some breathing room. Oh, that root! Oh my gosh, Morales and ETC were caught out. That death mosh on all 5 members, but there is no one there! Oh, that's tragic! Tragic! Could you imagine if Jaina had landed a ring and some blizzards on top of those 5 members in the death mosh? It would have been glorious! Alas. Unfortunately, we have blue web weavers coming in, and Ghost Clones is down 2 members. It's going to be a little bit of a rough time. Malthael, Jaina, and Greymane. Kind of looking at Modo Miracle as they come in. Modo Miracle is going to just start straight in on the core. Putting out a lot of damage. Sanctification is still up. They are going to pop it right now. Jakebot is going in, putting a lot of damage out, but he is going to fall. That core is falling fast. I don't think there's anything Ghost Clones can do to stop it at this point. And that is first game to Modo Miracle. Good games, team. Really well played. They that level 16. That was nice. Nice turnaround. All right. That was very good. So the next map we're going to be going to is Infernal Shrines. It's going to be just a minute till we get there. I'm going to mute my mic for just a second here. All right, how we doing? Everybody breathing okay? That was exciting into that game, wasn't it? I was not expecting that. Death mosh. It's always the death mosh. All right. They are ready for game 2. So we're going to go ahead and load that up now. I'm going to flip over to the drafting screen. We are going to Infernal Shrines. This time the Ghost Clones is going to be picking first. Can y'all hear my games okay? I just realized that I might still have them a little quiet. Hanzo is going to be a first ban. They do not want to deal with that Hanzo again. Ghost Clones is like, nope. Crib, so sad. And Genji. There are no Shimada brothers in this game. Tim, my teammate, will be very happy that I've learned how to say Shimada brothers instead of Shamanada or whatever it is I used to say. I don't know. All right. So, Infernal Shrines. Who will we see on this map? Ghost Clones is going to go with the Greymane. They liked their ability to dive in and get that Greymane onto people. They did have some success, although there were some roots and some problems with that. But they're going to do that. He does have good clear on the shrines. He does a fair bit of damage with both his cocktails as well as in Worgen form when he gets his 40% extra damage. So that's always good. Wonder if we will see an early Sonya. With Hanzo and Genji both out of the game, Sonya is a strong pick on this map, and both Modo Miracle and Ghost Clones have a good Sonya player. You can leave her on the shrine and kind of zone them out and really give your team the ability to get that shrine by using a Sonya. So that's always fun. Arthas worked really well for Modo Miracle, gave them a lot of control, so they may look to do that again. They are going to go ahead and pick the Arthas, and they want their Lucio. They're going to prioritize getting Lucio and Arthas early, so that doesn't surprise me. Lucio can negate a lot of effects that go in, especially early on. Maybe not quite as well as Tyrael. Tyrael's ability to negate some of those Jaina rings was just insane. We're going to see a new Barak. So Ghost Clones wants a little bit more ability to dive in and get some control in there. Maybe they felt like ETC didn't provide them quite enough ability to control what was going on in the game. Both teams kind of were poke comps, but Hanzo's a better poker than Jaina Greymane. So maybe they want to be able to go in a little deeper. I wonder if we'll see Jaina again. She's so great on clearing these shrines. Or if we'll see someone who can maybe go in with the Greymane a little bit harder. We're going to see Chromie. We are going to see some Chromie action. All right. So Anubrat goes in and gets the stun. That's a nice setup for Chromie to land her shots, get early stacks, that kind of stuff. I like it. I like it. I wonder if we'll see a Sonya ban now. No one has picked her yet. She's made it to the mid phase. I don't think Modo Miracle is going to want to pick up the Sonya because they already have Arthas, and you don't really want two solo laners like that. Ghost Clones still could pick up the Sonya if they wanted to. A little bit of extra control, really good shrine clear, particularly since Chromie is not so great at the shrine clear. And neither is Anubarak. So right now they kind of have Greymane for their shrine clear. I don't feel like they're going to... Oh, Stukov. Stukov is a nice ban, Modo Miracle is thinking. Yeah, I like the Alexstrasza. She's so strong on this map. Yeah, particularly if they wanted to dive in. Alexstrasza's bombs really enable you to dive in because the whole time you're dived in there, she's just bombing, healing your team, doing damage to theirs. It can be quite devastating. They do have the Lucio shield, but that only lasts a very short amount of time. Alexstrasza bombs for longer than the shield lasts, so there is that. Modo Miracle has the next pick. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like a Gul'dan or a Jaina from them. Jane and Arthas can be kind of fun. You get slows on your slows. Slows for days. Weeks even. You know. Ring of Frost, you can land it and follow it up. It can just really wreck an entire team. Ban-wise here, they could look into banning a Diablo. They could look at banning that Tyrael. He was really effective at just totally negating their damage last time. They are going to ban the Sonya. I guess if you don't want to pick it, I can understand banning it. I just really don't think Modo Miracle would have gone for it because they already have the Arthas. But it is, you know, Div C, and so sometimes we like our Arthas and our Sonya, particularly on this map where you've got the Shrine and Sonya is so good on it. We haven't seen any Blaze action from either of these teams tonight. That would be fun. Maybe I just have a thing. But again, I don't think you want to see Blaze with the Arthas. I feel like that's a little bit too similar in how the tanks work. I prefer to see Arthas paired with something else. Junkrat and Diablo. There we go. I like the Diablo with the Arthas. He can really do a lot of good peeling for them. Junkrat gives a lot of poke. Modo Miracle's really going for these kind of ranged poke, disengaged comps. They're saying, come at us. The Ghost Clones with the Anubrak and the Greymane are kind of saying we're gonna go in, but then the Chromie's like, not really. I'm gonna stand back here and throw sand bombs at you. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. She can throw them from way back. She can lay out time traps to keep herself safe, and when they try to dive in, you know, if the team then turns and kills whoever tries to dive in on the Chromie that's trapped in that time trap, that can work really, really well. But it can also be really hard to be a Chromie who the Anubrak and Greymane have dove in, and you're in the back with an Arthas and a Diablo on your face. That's not a good day. Particularly if you add some Junkrat bombs coming in on you. They are going to round out with the Tyrael and the Brightwing. They liked that Tyrael play, how Tyrael just noped all of their Jaina damage, and so they want to try it themselves. I think they are looking to go in a little heavier with the Tyrael and the Anubrak and the Greymane, and now Brightwing as healer. Brightwing as a healer. Going in on a dive with a... I mean, she can Emerald Wind and push them away. I mean, Polymorph. Polymorph is always really good. Not sure who you would Polymorph. Maybe the Lucio? If he's pushed up. I mean, it's always fun to Polymorph the tank, but... We'll see who they're going to finish out this comp with. They've got a nice sustained damage. I feel like I really want to see a good burst hero from Modo Miracle still. I don't feel like Junkrat alone, even with the Arthas Diablo, is enough to secure kills. I wonder where they're going to go for. They're going to grab Kael'thas. We're going to have bombs, friends. All the bombs. So we've got Living Bombs versus Sandblast. I feel like Bombs is actually really good against this team. With the Anubrak and the Tyrael and the Greymane and the Brightwing all being pretty close together, there's a lot of potential for bomb damage. Ghost Clones is definitely going to have to watch that. That's fun. An interesting draft. I like how Junkrat is in solidarity with Diablo in the demon skin. They can all be appropriately demonic together. Alright, so Shrines. Working on getting Punishers, pushing down enemy forts. These Punishers scale up pretty fast. The first one, not too bad. The second one hits really hard. By the third and fourth one, they've killed players on their own if you don't time their jumps and whatnot properly. So you really got to watch out for how you're going to bait that out. I'm excited. Excited to see how this goes. So, yeah, fix my overlay real quick to the match overlay. We've got Ghost Clones on the right here. We've got Drow Hunter on the Brightwing, Cold Cake on the Chromie, Jakebot on Tyrael, Demarcon on the Greymane this time, and Ginger on a Nubarak. And for Modo Miracle, we have Merod on the Junkrat, Fonzie GG on Diablo, Kriv on Lucio, the Juggler on that Kael'thas, and Ghost Dunk on the Arthas. Once again, it looks like our teams are going to work on the party in the mid. See how we go. Chromie doing a little bit of reveal to see how things go. Setting up her time trap. Ginger's looking to see if he can get a stun on anybody. Time trap on the Diablo. The stun goes out. Nice setup by the Chromie. Fonzie's going to take a bit of damage, but he's going to be able to just walk on away. Going to get on out of there pretty easily. And the teams are going to take that skirmish and start heading off to lanes. Looks like Arthas is going to go top along with the Tyrael. Ghost Clones is probably going to start a 4-man rotation. Nope, they're going to send that Greymane bot. Looks like Junkrat and Lucio are going down to meet him. Diablo is also going down. Are they going to try to get a gank here? Diablo's hanging out, daring him to come out. Brightwing is going to come on down, though. Suspects that something's not quite right here. Kael'thas is also waiting, but Ginger's coming down. Nope, they're going to just all back away. So for our early talents, Kael'thas is going to go Globes. Diablo is, of course, going Demon Soul. Frag Distance. Wall Ride. Looks like Brightwing is looking into phase shifting builds. Cocktail, so nothing surprising here. Builds look to be pretty well in order. Greymane is doing some safe soaking. Just kind of waiting. He's going to get on this camp. He wanted to see if he was going to get challenged, but he's not yet. But Brightwing is getting challenged. They are coming down. Brightwing's keeping an eye on it. Modo Miracle's actually going to invade, or at least think about it. Nope, they're going to back off. They might be looking for that Greymane. Wonder if they're going to go down bottom. They are. They are going to go down bottom. They know Greymane is there. Greymane's just going to run. He's like, let me out. Nice stun by the Diablo. Nice save by the Brightwing. Yeah, Modo Miracle was on to that action. Sorry, I couldn't quite get my camera there fast enough to show you. They're going to go ahead and push in, grab that tower, grab a wall, back on out. Ghost Clones is going to be forced to come down to clear this camp. Modo Miracle's going to just go ahead and clear mid as well. Lucio is going to go ahead and start that top camp. Wait for his friends to come. I feel like this is going to make them just a little bit late to this shrine. It is the first shrine, so having that camp pressure means that Tyrael won't be able to start down, but it does mean that Ghost Clones could go ahead if they want to and start on this shrine. They are not yet. They don't know where Modo Miracle is. They're not really sure what's going on. They're going to go ahead and grab their camp so that they can also have some camp pressure. Meanwhile, Tyrael is also on his top camp. We just got camps everywhere. Tyrael's going to take a long time, I feel like, to get that camp top by himself. Modo Miracle's going to go ahead and clean up mid. Tyrael's going to come off that camp. He's going to be like, nope, it's not something I can do. So he's going to come on off that. Ghost Clones is thinking about what they want to do. They still haven't started this shrine. They're all just kind of waiting. Time trap on the Diablo. Okay, the shrine has been started. Modo Miracle is going to go on ahead in and get that started. Diablo's taking a fair bit of damage. Chromie is working on getting some stacks in there. Already at 9. Brightwing has come in. Tyrael is still working on top. Diablo's pretty low. Ginger's going in, gets the stun on the Junkrat, pushing him back. Living Bomb is going off, hitting 2 of the members. Cold Cake is at about half health, putting down another trap. They've kind of pushed Modo Miracle back for now. I wonder if Modo Miracle is just waiting, because now Tyrael's in the mid. Working on getting some soak. They're both trying to get 7. Another Living Bomb comes out. Just kind of trading back and forth a bit. Modo Miracle has a much better Shrine Clear, though, and they are going to go ahead and grab this. Ghost Clones is going to just back on off. They do have 7, but Modo Miracle is also about to have 7. They're going to send their Arthas on up, and they're just going to push this 4v4 down here in the bot. Nubrock's going to bait the Punisher over. They're going to be able to do a fair bit of damage pretty quickly. Time Trop again on that Diablo. He just grabs them all. He's not worried about it. Oh, that stun on Gender. Lots of damage going out. He's got to use his burrow to get away. Thank goodness for his spell reduction. That spell armor just saved his life. It did. Alright, so Ghost Clones is just kind of cleaning up. Tyrael and Arthas, nothing real exciting down here. Modo Miracle is going to go ahead and start working on these camps on the bot lane. Now that they have a fort down, they want to try to push that bot lane advantage a bit. They're not going to circle over to their camp. Tyrael's pushing in a little far onto his lane, but probably feels safe. Looks like Brightwing really wants to go for their camp. My biggest concern here with Ghost Clones team comp is I feel like their wave clear is just not nearly as good as Modo Miracle. Modo Miracle has Arthas, they have Kael'thas, they have Junkrat. Greymane is in a little bit of trouble. That stun lands. Diablo gets him. The Kael'thas stun. He does get pulled right out of that, but the bomb is on, and he is down. Yeah. 10 is rapidly approaching for Modo Miracle. They're going to go ahead and circle up here to this camp. Chromie does spot it out. There's not a whole lot she can do about it. Brightwing is also aware. She's going to drop some stuff here. Pretty well zoned out. They really can't do much about that. Now they've got 2 camps pushing mid that they need to clear up, which is a little bit of a hard spot. They're just trying to get 10 at this point. Ginger has to back right on out of there. Other team hit 10. They do not want to fight that. Just a little bit of skirmishing here. Phoenix going down. Working on getting some wall damage. 10 is almost here for Ghost Clones as well. We've got 10s all across the board now. Still a lot of skirmishing going out. We've got Sound Barrier, Flames, APOC. Junkrat went with Riptire. Emerald Wind. Slowing Sands, which we've already seen. Cursed Bullet. Cocoon. Tyrael is still thinking about which ult he wants to go. He has not yet decided. Modo Miracle's going to go ahead and push in on this top fort a little bit. Oh, they're going to take that Jake bot down. Tyrael does fall there. That was a good round. Arthas is working on their camp. His team is going to come help him. Ghost Clones was able to get their camp, but they're not going to head to the shrine yet. Luckily, death timers are still short. Tyrael will be back up shortly. He did go ahead and take that sanctification. Try to mitigate some of the damage that's coming out. It's hard to know. Is that the right choice that will mitigate some of the damage? A judgment onto Kael'thas would also be good. Drow Hunter's a little bit far out, but he's able to just back on away. He does have Emerald Wind up. They're going to get that top camp cleared. And now Ghost Clones is going to have to deal with that top camp up there as well. So they're going to clear that up real fast. Chromie took the basic attack damage increase when she throws sands. So she throws them even when there's no one to hit, just because it gives her basic attack an increase. That root goes down. It was great. Phoenix Flames coming down just to zone them out. Does do some damage to some minions caught on the edge, but not too much. Arthas has still not picked his ult. He's waiting to see what he needs in a fight, I guess. Coming in, and Emerald Wind goes down, pushing them back. Lots of damage going in on the Diablo. Diablo is going to fall here. There is a cocoon out on the Lucio. He's going to be able to back away. Fortunately, blue team was able to clear that Punisher out. Their wave clear is just really solid. They're able to clear these shrines so much faster than Ghost Clones is able to. So Modo Miracle is going to get that particular Punisher once again. It is a Mortar Punisher. 13s are approaching for Bolt Team. That living bomb onto Demarcon is going to just keep spreading. It hits Ginger and Drow. They do separate out, so it doesn't keep doing damage. Right Wing is able to heal them on up with her passive heal. Slowing Sands to kind of get the team into a bad place. Helps Chromie land some of her skills. Demarcon taking a ton of damage from those Junkrat bombs. They're going to be able to save their keep just fine, although their wall is down. So keep walls are down in the mid. Bottom still has keep walls. Top still has a fort. Modo Miracle is just going to go ahead and go back to lanes. They want to keep pressing this advantage. They know 13 is approaching. They want to keep this pressure up in these lanes. Ghost Clones is going to go ahead and take their camp. Modo Miracle is going to head to the bot camp and then probably to theirs. Tyrell and Arthas are just going to go back to this top lane. Nubrock is debating if he wants to try to go in on this. They're thinking about, do they want to try to invade this or not? Modo Miracle know they're there. It's probably my favorite use of Lucio's thing is to look for the team. Phoenix Flamed is going down. That mine just pushes Ginger away. Brightwing Zim, but really nothing to be done there. Slowing Stands to kind of slow that camp down while they kill it. Modo Miracle's just going to walk away. They know they don't need to fight right now, so they only want to take it if it's good for them. The teams are separated, so Modo Miracle sees this as a good opportunity. They go in on Ginger. He uses his cocoon to cocoon out the Diablo so he can get away. But he's staying mid. There he goes. He's going to burrow away once again. They're going to use Slowing Sands to kind of ensure that they can walk away from that. Tyrell's coming down. He's going to go the safe way. Changes his mind about which direction he's gaming. Alright, Modo Miracle. So Ghost Clones is going to go ahead and take their camp. Tyrell and Brightwing are kind of anchoring, making sure they don't get invaded, as they have in the past. 16s are approaching for Modo Miracle. Ghost Clones are coming mid. They are looking for a fight before they hit 16. They are not going to get it. Modo Miracle is going to walk away. They are waiting. They want to hit 16. They want the fights to be at their advantage. Ghost Clones looks like they really do want to find something, though. Got this camp top. Thinking about what they want to do here. Throw in some damage, but they're not really finding anything. They're just going to go ahead and back up and set up at the shrine. Miracle gets that camp cleaned up. They're going to go ahead and grab their camp, since they're right here by it anyway. Shrine hasn't activated yet. Ghost Clones is going to clear up bottom lane while they begin the shrine clearing. They should have a nice head start on this one. It is an Arcane Punisher. Arcane Punishers do a fair bit of damage. They're one of the more deadly ones, particularly later game. Oh, I didn't update the score. I'm sorry. I can do that. My apologies. Alright. Kael'thas is so slow back in the back line there. Just a little bit of scurrying going around. Ghost Clones is going to back out. Phoenix Flame is going to go down, pushing them out even further. Anubrak is going to go in. He's going to get a stun. But Kael'thas gets the counter stun. Sanctification does go down. Kael'thas is so slowed right there in the back line. Fonzie hits a pop. Demarcon gets stunned right there. It's him out. They're just not able to confirm any kills. Diablo is going to fall there. That Emerald Wind did draw him right out, but Drow Hunter's got to back out. He's super low on health. He has a Bright Wing, so he can Z right back in. But Modo Miracle can catch up really fast on this shrine damage. Modo Miracle is looking far, far healthier than Ghost Clones. Jakebot is in a bit of trouble. That stun did stop him. The camp spin kind of accidentally pulled. Okay, they're going to back on off. They only need 3 more. But they are not going to get it. They're going to walk away. Meanwhile, they're going to lose that top fort to the camp that Modo Miracle picked up. Oh, that feels so bad. They only needed 3 more. They only needed 3. Rip. Rip. All right. Here they come, going in on this. Now they are on even talent tiers here. Ghost Clones is playing this way back. Modo Miracle is looking to get this keep. Punisher lands on the Tyrael. Lots of damage going out on that Tyrael, but he's backing away. They've got it baited all the way to the core. Diablo comes in. Hits a Pock. Lands on Drow. Riptire's coming in. Hits 4 of the members, but they're all still pretty healthy. Jakebot is taking a ton of damage from the Punisher, though. He has to use his sword to get up into his base. 2 keeps have been lost. Modo Miracle's just going to rotate up and take this 3rd keep as well, which really puts the Ghost Clones in a lot of pressure situation. Meanwhile, they do have a camp at their core. They're going to push out a little bit. Then they realize they really can't push out here, so they're going to back, take care of their core. Modo Miracle's thinking about what to do. They decide not to go for the camp. They kind of just circle around and look. Junkrat's going to just throw some bombs in there. They're going to go ahead and probably head to that bot camp, I would guess. Ghost Clones was able to save their top keeps. They're going to have catapults pushing in 2 lanes. Their core is down to 65%. It did take some damage from that siege camp that was pushing. Nothing that they can't recover from, but now 20 is rapidly approaching for Modo Miracle. Ghost Clones has to pay a lot of attention to their core, to keeping the lanes pushed out, to catapults, to camps. Meanwhile, Modo Miracle, they haven't even lost a fort yet. They've really been in control this whole game. Unlike last game where Ghost Clones kind of had pretty good control of it up until about 16. Modo Miracle has looked just excellent on this map. Alright, so Brightwing is going to circle up, check their camp, probably calling for them to go ahead and clear top lane, maybe get that camp. Ghost Clones is actually, Modo Miracle is actually going to push in, look for a fight at that camp. They're feeling pretty confident, even though they don't have 20 yet. They're like, hey, come and get us. And Ghost Clone seems to be like, you know what? You can have that camp. We didn't want it. It's fine. It's fine. Ghost Clones does have their lanes pushed out. They're going to have to deal with this camp. It's probably about another minute until any shrines are up, which really just lets Modo Miracle paint the map as blue as they want. I really want to see Ghost Clones be more aggressive, you know, try to find a fight that's in their favor. I mean, they could, they probably can't make a core push, but they could work on evening out, you know, getting some forts and some keeps down. And they're coming to this shrine, but Modo Miracle's about to hit 20. Are they going to try to invade them on their own camp? They're thinking about it, but it's way too late. That camp is already gotten. They do show up. Maybe trying to catch someone out. Unfortunately, it's Ginger that's caught out. Stun goes down. Phoenix is out. Diablo is cocooned, has to do that just to get away. And now Ginger is pretty far separated from his team. He's going to work on getting back to them. I don't really like the path he's using to get in. He's going to grit a root on him. Fonzie's got the skill that lets him drop an APOC whenever he teleports. So we could look at 20s. We've got Greater Polymorph. Overdrive. There are catapults on the core. They've got to head back, and somebody has to go deal with the core. Greymane's going to go deal with it. The whole team's going to rotate top to deal with that camp. They recognize that they are down level 20. Meanwhile, Modo Miracle is just clearing out this shrine really fast. Ghost Clones is going to come in. See if they can make something happen. That stun onto Jakebot. APOC is going out. Sank was dropped, but nobody's really in it. Right Wing is taking a ton of damage. He's going to fall. Living bombs everywhere. Fonzie is probably going to fall here. So we are at a 1-for-1, but the health bars on Modo Miracle are still much, much better. They are one short of getting this Punisher. Ghost Clones is going to start working on it, seeing if they can make something happen. But they do have catapults in 2 lanes heading for their core, and they're going to start doing a ton of damage. Meanwhile, Brightwing falls there. He was out just a little too far. Blue team gets the Punisher, which should stave off a death push for now, but they have to back. Red team... Oh no, I'm sorry, blue team does get the Punisher. So yeah, Modo Miracle is going to come in with this Punisher. I don't know that there's anything Ghost Clones can do to stop it at this point. They don't have a shield. Level 20 Punisher. Shield barrier goes up. Lots of damage going on to the Punisher. Ghost not doing a little thing, but it's just going to be GG's. With a solid 2-0, Modo Miracle takes on the Ghost Clones. Well played, teams. Well played. Whew, oh my. That was something. That was something. Modo Miracle looked so good in that last game. They just really, really did well. Yeah, that was really fun to watch. Indeed. Give me just a second. I will just poke at Maraud for a quick moment here. Obviously, we're not starting soon. I'm just poking at Maraud real quick and seeing what kind of time they have. Those were some really fun games. I definitely like that. I really need a different like end game picture thing that doesn't say starting soon, because we're not starting soon. They are going to want to do a little interview. So I'm going to hop into a Discord so I can just say hi to them real quick and see what they want to talk about. That was fun. That was really fun. I enjoyed this game. It's good.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Ghost, it's good. How are you doing? How you feeling?
Never mind.
Oh, hey, how you feeling, Ghost?
I'm feeling pretty pumped. That we were so looking forward to this team. Like, we really respect this team. Like, I like so many of the people on this team. So that was a really fun game for us, and that we hope they had fun too.
Yeah, they were really fun games to cast. So I noticed in the first game, y'all kind of seemed to struggle a little bit in the start. Ghost Clones really had pretty good control of the map up until about level 16. What changed for you guys around then, do you think?
I can just 3 words. Late game though. I mean, we had it's 2 with the Spider Queen, and we had Kel'Thuzad. So it's like once KT gets stacked, then we can start doing things. And until then, it's just like, you know, we can triage. Like, they got 3 structures, but you know, we were a little bit behind in XP, and we knew that like as soon as we get those forts, like, we come back into the game and we can win.
Right. And man, Kel'Thuzad, he was just really on point.
Dude, I mean, I'm not scared to brag about juggler skill on Kel'Thuzad. Like he is just Kel'Thu daddy up in there. Like he is really good. Like, and teams have definitely banned Kel'Thuzad against us like right up top. So
I can see why. That was impressive to watch.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He is a beast. Now on the second game, y'all seem pretty controlled that whole map. I felt like Ghost Clones just was never really able to get the fight that they wanted. I felt like they played a little bit too passively almost. Kind of, what did you think going into that second game? Is that a map you practice a lot, or how did you feel about that?
I mean, it's definitely in our repertoire of potential maps for sure. We just like the map. It's like one of our favorites. Favorites as far as like enjoying the map too. But from my perspective, and like I'd have to ask Kriv for his perspective. But from my perspective, I feel like we did win the draft, so it made the game a little bit easier.
Yeah, I can see what you mean there. I felt like they didn't quite have the wave clear. They really needed to get picks, and y'all did a really good job of not giving them any opportunities to get those.
Yeah, they had like the Anubarak and Tyrael with the sanctification, like they're expecting us to sort of go, like they're expecting to dive and have us go out, and so we just played like poke and backed, and we have Arthas and Diablo to peel for everybody. So
right, the classic anti-engage comp.
Yeah, basically. And at the point where I realized we were winning shrines real hard, I picked Syndragosa, and that really helped us snowball the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially once you put it on that keep, and then it was just like, we can just walk in now. So yeah, well done. They were really fun games.
You got to run it down as Arthas.
Absolutely, absolutely. Any shout outs that you want to give?
Oh, absolutely. I want to give a shout out to my team because y'all are excellent, especially our shot caller Kriv, who called a hell of a game, and Juggler for being a beast, Murad for being a killer, Hanzo that they banded out, and Fonzie for his killer Tyrael sanctifications that first game. I want to give a shout out to Modo, our sister team. You guys have been super help to us like during this whole season. Really helped us improve and get better as a team. I want to give a shout out to Ghost Cones. Y'all are really fun, and I've cast like so many of your games, and like Cold Cake, you got those sweet Kyle lessons going. D Marcon's got the plays, Jake Bot. It was really fun being in that solo lane with you and just trading root stacks on you. And Drow Ranger, I promised him I'd tell him if we did a little bit of a target ban. We just wanted to get him off the Lucio at first, so in that first match. So yeah, shout out to y'all, and shout out to everybody watching and NGS for being an amazing amateur league.
All right, well, thank you so much, and thanks for letting me cast. It was a lot of fun, and look forward to seeing the rest of the season and probably in the playoffs.
Oh, anytime, and yeah, we're really hoping to get there, and I can't wait to check out the VODs.
All right, have a good evening. Thanks a lot.
You too. Bye.
Bye. How do you... All right, I'm going to do...